Beaver,
Good evening,
away!
ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cast, sponsored for Season 22 of ETF2L Premiership Highlander by Manco.store for all your item needs. We have the preseason qualifiers coming up, the second upper bracket game between two former Premiership teams, Kitty's bakenbardami and Feila eSports. You know, a lot of history between these teams as we are going live, as we're starting nice and early. And we can quickly go down the rosters. It's going to be Badwater, so we've got a bit of setup time to worry about. Kitty in the blue, they'll be attacking. Feila in the red will be trying to beat that time later on. Looking at Kitty's roster, on Scout we have Meef. On Soldier we have Turek. DQZ is murking for Fridge on Pyro. Pluka is on Demo. Pahan is on Heavy. Marissa on Engineer. Boshi, the famous Soldier jumper main, is actually playing Medic. Cloudy on Sniper and Magister on Spy. Do you want to take us through the Feila roster, Buck?
Yeah, on Scout, for Feila, we're going to have Fong playing Scout. We got TK who's playing Soldier. We got Grip on Pyro. Classic Joe and Layla, the power couple, playing Demo and Medic. And we've got Pijaka or Jack on Heavy. With Honjo, the classic Gator engineer, playing NG, with Wizard on Sniper, and then Unforgiven on Spy.
Yeah, Feila eSports here, changing their roster majorly since the previous season, where they were runners-up again, and I think it's pretty much everyone except for Joe and Layla swapped out. But Kitty have had a lot of roster changes themselves, and we are seeing, like we saw, like I said earlier, Boshi, formerly known as playing Soldier, is playing on the Medic class. We see Pleha get headshot, well actually a body shot in mid-air, taken out of the sky by Wizat. The sacks coming in, not managing to get anything done. But we see Honjo using that Eureka effect. Just go back to spawn. Layla hiding in between the gate just to stay protected. And I think another sack wave here, Buck. But it's pro Badwater, which, you know, this first point is slightly different.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of teams recently doing that strat of the first sack, just keeping the med in. But the other side where it comes in, a lot of damage to the dispenser. Layla not managing to use there. They do get the dispenser down. People go down though. Joe going down importantly. They're going to deny that. But Wizard getting that return headshot onto the sniper, so should delay them for now.
Yeah, no Pyro, no Demo would definitely be cause to push for me, even though there's equal Ubers. And it does look like Boshi is coming out of the spawn now with Pluha. We see Pahan lurking around on those rocks, so getting some pressure down on the car, getting some pressure, and Pluha is going to take this solo Uber in. No Pyro to push them away here, and they get the sentry down. There's a lot of Uber being shared by Feila eSports. Pluha is actually going to launch himself away and survive. Pijaka goes down there. That's the Heavy for Feila. Unforgiven trying to get forward. Joe is just being really, really aggressive, and it seems they've actually held off this attack for the time being. The car is, going forward, but what did you see, Buck?
Boshi going down for some reason, just starts to peek the right side of the spawn there, like going into the hill to help Cloudy maybe get a bit of a buff and help kill the sniper, but goes down there, going to delay that Uber, and Layla now on 50%, so they're still sitting on top with this gun from Honjo. Joe still very aggressive, as you said, putting that spam out and just sticking them off, so we'll have to see how they try and play this.
Yeah, the sentry is back up again. The teleporter exit is being built at the moment. That's the benefit of actually having that Eureka effect to keep that teleporter alive. But it's still being built, so respawns will be slower, but there are no respawns. Actually, Pajaka goes down to Magister there. So a backstab onto the Heavy, and we see this cap time. Turek with the big bomb in behind does take down the Engineer. So the Engineer is out of the game right now. The Sentry will get a kill, but look how many people are dying here. But what did you see? I just looking at Turek, jumping in behind, and just everyone looking at him, but still dying.
I don't know, a bit of overcommit on the high ground maybe. I mean, Blue are doing a massive job there, just spamming them out on the demo class, just kind of getting them off the high ground, but they're getting this aggression in. This is exactly what you want. They're only 3 up on this defense, so they're getting this momentum going forwards. Maybe want to try and get to this corner on this third point, but, yeah, I mean, Honjo's only just get setting up here, so if they're fast, they can probably get even more momentum.
Cloudy with the shot there to take down the sentry, and look how far forward Kitty are. They're going to use the Uber. Layla is within catching range here. TK goes down. Layla goes down to the pipes of Pluha. Pijaka is getting hit by those flares. Everyone is taking so much damage on the defense. It's about whether these kills are going to get cleaned up. Turek is playing really smartly here, taking the high ground and not allowing Feila to recontest this area. Pijaka is so weak in the corner, and he's actually just lurking around. Can he find anyone to kill? He's so weak, as is Wizat, who is just not able to really contest at the moment, and this could be an easy third take right now, because, and they even have an Uber advantage here, Buck. They're trying to contest it.
Oh yeah, Majesty tries to go for that stab on there, but doesn't manage to find it. But Boshi again, like, yeah, as this adds, it's going to be kind of awkward for them to get back in here. Joe's going to be wanting to be aggressive here. He needs to probably get a buff on TK and he can jump behind, but they've got so many people here on this corner. They should be doing, not overextending too much. Blue Eyes kind of leaving the charge in now with the help of his heavy, but I don't know, they're going to have to give this up, and there we go, the cap goes down already.
Yeah, I mean, the Cloudy manages to get a shot onto Joe there, and that's the downside of trying to be aggressive. We don't have anything going on. Pluha is going to just charge forward. There's a level 3 sentry at the bottom of the stairs. It will go down, and that's what the Uber is going to be used for. Layla's only at 80% there, and she's trying to back away into the spy, but a lot of players dying now to the defense here. Wiethoofd does go down to the backstab of Magister, so no sniper. Look how far this cart is going forward. They're not denying the cart at all. Marissa has done a grand job getting it that far forward, and it's on the low ground now, and that's very, very close to the end. Layla does have the charge now, hiding in that dispenser, that body armor for the medic. And with that Uber, you'd expect to maybe see some sacks here from the Russian side to try and get the force, or at least trying to get an angle for a sniper or a spy pick. We see Meef running around, just darting in there, almost gets some damage down, but maybe a chance for a breather here, Buck.
Yeah, I mean, the push was decent, to be fair, although I think they're going to sack in now. I mean, Blue goes in alone, kind of a sack. Nice denial though, nice sticks from Joe there to try and deny that as well. But yeah, the push was okay. The focuses were okay. I mean, they managed to get the sniper down as well. Wizard actually gets stabbed out from Magister, and like they got a lot of good cart time there, which is the important thing. But now, yeah, like I said, gives them a bit of a breather. They got this 100%. Now Hondra's building up his gun once again, and this cart is slowly rolling back. So I don't know how they're going to approach this. Maybe another suck wave.
Yeah, that cart rolling back is going to be frustrating because they did get it so far, but they want it at the bottom. They want to be able to do stuff. And they go for another sack wave here. Big stickies, and yeah, Honjo with the Wrangler is going to deny both Pluha and Turek. So Demo and Soldiers trying to go for the force there, but Layla is just hiding in the corner, and that is a very punishable spot because, you know, the dispenser will die to damage, and if it does die to damage, you become extremely exposed and maybe slightly unaware. But we do see, you know, Pahan, Boshi, Meef, DQZ, they're all going towards tires right now and maybe deciding to go for a bit of an exchange instead of going for these sack waves. Haven't been successful so far. Wiethoofd does go down to Magister using that Latrange and pistoling him down, so now they don't have to worry about the sniper. They're not going to have to use very early.
Oh, Majesty gets the huge stab onto the engine as well. Honjo goes down along with his gun, and the Uber comes out already. Very early use here. They're going to have to flash a lot on this defense, though. Layla's got a work cut out. Grip tries to take on the Soldier and Spiral. There's a lot of spam coming in onto the ramp. Heavy's already up here. Pahan's kind of just... Wiethoofd just walks past Pahan without even knowing he's there. It's kind of utter chaos on this high ground. Getting chased. Managed to try and live for now. Soldier comes in. Med goes down. There's only one up as Honjo spawns, and there we go.
I'm just laughing. Like, Wiethoofd walks out the spawn and doesn't realize Pahan is there, like the Tomislav just being quiet, and then Wiethoofd tries to jump down, and Pahan, as a heavy, decides the best option there was to chase the sniper into spawn. And he does get the kill, and the rest of his teammates were getting a bunch of kills as well. So 6:29 is, you know, I would say a pretty decent time for this map, actually. These days we're used to seeing like 6-7 minutes, right?
Yeah, there's been some pretty fast times, but I mean, yeah, that 6.5 minutes, I'd say definitely fast time. Obviously, all comes off the momentum from that third push. Pretty clinical from Kitty there, but the problem that I think Feila had there was they kind of just really overcommitted to underneath balcony. Like, they didn't really try to kite to the lower spawns as soon as the push came in, or like try and kite through Spiral. Obviously, kiting through Spiral is a bit harder on this version of the map, but I don't know, it kind of just all fell apart. After Honjo's gun went down, they couldn't sort of reconsolidate, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seemed like that first push, it took them a while to get any sort of force, any sort of success on the first point. But once they captured first, they managed to cap all the way onto third because of it. And I would argue that the aggression from Joe and Layla, which ended up, you know, both of them getting killed, allowed that sort of initial push to be made on last to get the car all the way down to the bottom, and it makes it so much easier because when the chaos of the Ubers is going on, it allows the flank to get some cheeky cart time, just pushing it forward and trying to get it forward into the pit. So 6.5 minutes is the time to beat for Feila here. They'll be in the blue attacking. We're seeing Joe jumping in, and he is being levitated by that sentry gun, and Joe gets picked out of the sky by Cloudy, but it is Marissa's Wrangler who's doing a grand job of just denying these suicides. Wiethoofd goes down to that flare gun, DQZ coming in and showing how versatile this man is to be able to play so many different classes. And pretty decent car time, though.
Yeah, it's kind of strange actually with the sack coming out. I don't know what that sack was for. Maybe for the NG, because they just mirrored the exact same strat that Feila just did, and like Boshi was just chilling in the behind the shutters, and Unforgiving easily could call that. But another sack comes in. TK's alive for a long time here, able to stay alive, and there we go. Boshi gets forward. It's kind of really slow denial there on the side of Kitty.
Yeah, they were just totally anyway. Turek was the only one really keeping an eye on the tunnel. Got a lot of damage, denied the cart pushes, but it allowed TK to jump up, kill Cloudy. So no sniper on the defense for the for that time being, and get to the 4. So much damage went down. So Cloudy dying again. That teleporter not being alive, and Unforgiven is on the spawn camp, and we see that Eureka effect from Marissa going back to try and get the reinforcements. The Uber comes in on Joe. Grip is also going to get a flash. DQZ, Boshi both going down to headshots from Wizat. And this is not looking good right now. The Extinguisher being pulled out by Grip there takes down Turek. Pahan is the only person who can hold his head up high there as he takes down Layla. This man isn't a heavy, he is a ninja.
I don't know how Layla got herself in that position. She just kind of ran like into the high ground where they were just trying to clear out players still, rather than like kite back into the like long range players. And that Magus on the spawn camp like again, tries to revolve her down. Ooh, she gets the loadout behind her, and then there we go, she stays alive. But she's gonna need escorting in here. This is really gonna delay their push without an Uber, and like they're really making use of this kitty.
She's walking with the soldier, so she's not going to be very fast to the front lines, and Magista is going to sap that teleporter and just be annoying. And DQC is going to take down Joe, so no demo man. This second point will go down. Meath just DMing there on the flank will take down Wizat, so no sniper, no demo. They're going to have to try and get through. And the big difference between the two phases we saw is that Kitty now have a third hold set up. It is an advantage for them. Because of all of that spawn camping attempt by Magista, it slowed down Layla's build so much. She's at 60% and Boshi is at 100. So this is going to be about whether Feila can break this third hold. It is pro Badwater, supposedly easier to break down, but still, this is an opportunity for Kitty to get some time here.
Oh, there we go, the snipe start coming out from Wizat. They have to try and play around with that quite a lot to try and get something done here. The Uber comes out already, though, very early. They can just save Pahan here. He kind of just lets the Pyro walk in. Kind of chaos right now in the battle line. Sentry goes down. Grip's already on the NG. Gonna kill the Heavy as well. Don't know how this Pyro has been managing to do all this work, but they managed to kite this out just for a meantime. But they've still got this combo to deal with, and like I don't know whether they're going to be able to reliably get them off the car here.
No, there was a moment there where it looked like they could maybe have done it, but DQZ went down. And, it was play. You could take a look at Bluehay. He's been so aggressive and could be to the detriment there as Pijaka on a 3-kill does take down the demo. So 3 minutes left on the clock. And it is equal Ubers, but no demo. And Magista is also in the spawn queue. That's going to be not a very good setup because Marissa does not have a sentry fully built up to a level 3 just yet. Turek is the only person in map room. Cloudy is trying to snipe them as they come through choke, but Feila do not fear right now. And Wizat is going to take down the sniper. And look at them, they're just all on the cart. And it's really, really hard to deny that there's so much HP to get rid of. And Feila are just so aggressive right now.
Yeah, they're on this high ground doing a smart thing here. Where's like 1v1 as well with the sniper. It's just a kind of double Uber going on. Lots of people to try and flash here for Boshi, but gonna try and kite this into Spiral for now. Really smart play by Feila. Not overcommitting just yet, letting the Uber like leave itself, but Demo tries to bomb the back. Not sure whether that was the right call from Joe. I already feel like he could have just stayed with the combo there to help that push. But now we've got like a bunch of players in Spiral. Layla's gonna have to try and get out here without getting flanked. It's kind of awkward.
I think she won't be able to. She's running through tires, and nobody from Kitty is really pressuring the issue, maybe not wanting to overextend. But yeah, I agree. There's so many players just got really, really aggressive in that Uber. And DQZ was the person to just kind of set Joe on fire, do enough damage to him, and just push him away so that he eventually burnt to death. But Feila do not care about the fact that there are no Ubers in play. There's no sniper in play on the defense, and they're just going to bust through this choke once again. They managed to take down Blua, but Joe has also gone down. Pahan and Turek are in map room right now, holding that high ground, and at the moment it looks like Kitty may be winning this. Big jump in from Honjo is going to get out DM'd by me. But some crazy plays going on here, and Feila just want to keep their foot on the gas pedal. They see how close that car is, and the Ubers are now here, and yeah, Kitty are just not getting a reprieve to even, get themselves steady on this point. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go.
Oh, Slack comes in though, trying to fight this gun that's in the corner from Marissa. It's not going that well, and there we go, they get burned up by DQZ, but Yeah, the thing is, I think a W key play through choke can work for Feila, but they didn't deal with like the map room, like because some spawners came in and they went immediately to map room. They're having to deal with the soldier and this heavy in map room because I've seen a few teams put in heavy in map room recently. It can work, especially for like the up top pushes, but like they just need to be careful they don't get pushed out. But they seem to be just like Wing through choke again.
Yeah, the Uber gets used and Grip is so far away from that Uber, and Joe again is so far away from that Uber. That Wrangler, Joe is actually on the spawn. A lot of people died from Feila there. 4, 5, 6 players are all dying on the attacking team. 35 seconds left. Magister with the 2 huge kills right at the end there, taking down Layla and Pajaka the heavy, and that means no heals. And yeah, that wrangling from Marissa, just the Uber went in and Feila just fan out, and that's okay if the enemy team doesn't have an Uber. When they do have an Uber, you kind of need to focus down the targets, and the wrangling from Marissa just took down Grip. 15 seconds here. This is still winnable for Feila. They're trying to DM this, and Kitty have to make sure that they focus the right targets. A lot of damage on the car. Blueheart with 2 kills. Honja and Grip both going down. Make that 3. He takes down Joe as well, and that wrangling is coming through again for Marissa. He gets another 2, and that should be it. Kitty will take the first round of Badwater, but my, it was close.
Yeah, I'm glad that Key didn't panic there, and Marissa with that corner sentry, they just didn't focus it down. Really weird play from Joe. Really thought he'd just try and charge him with that Uber, try and focus down that gun. It needs to die with the Uber, especially like you said, in an Uber beat Uber situation. They need to get something out of it, like let alone the force, but they need to get like picks or like the gun pick. But yeah, really sort of disjointed pushes at sometimes. I really felt like they should have dealt with map room a bit earlier as well, but really well played by Kitty.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the time being fairly fast, and you know, Feila almost matching that time, and we are going pretty quickly onto this second round. So it's going to be an A-B-B-A situation. So Feila eSports will be attacking first in the blue this time, and Kitty will start off on the defensive phase and then try and beat the time. This is a best of 3 on Badwater. We do have best of 3 maps because the winner of this tie will qualify for the Premiership Division Season 22, which starts next week. The loser will not just be out just yet. They will have another chance in the lower bracket. There are 2 teams waiting for the losers of the upper bracket games. But obviously people want things to be done and dusted so they can prepare for the upcoming games. And as we expected, Buck, it's pretty close between these 2.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be close because I know that Kitty with the changes, I mean, both of these teams have had a bit of changes to their roster. I mean, even having Cloudy, like, in the middle of Russian comms, more than likely, is kind of interesting in itself. So, I mean, he's kind of just fragging out, just doing what he does. I mean, he's played Highlander enough at this point, he probably doesn't even need comms just to play Sniper, but, yeah, they've proven themselves to be pretty good so far. I've been giving them room for the money, like I was saying before, so we'll have to see if they can keep it consistent. And there we go, we're seeing Boshi already just retreating back into the shot.
Yeah, we do see Joe doing the Kado as named. I mean, it's interesting people still call it the Kado after, you know, 20 seasons since the man last did it. But he gets killed by Turek, so I don't think Kadus ever did that.
He gets the force though? I think Boshi thought he could open the shutter just by himself, and then no one was there to open the shutter on the other side? That is mental though, oh my god. I
mean, that's interesting. I mean, that's one counter to the gate strat, and it's looking good for Feila right now. They're going to use the Uber here, and Marissa, having died, has just come through the teleporter. Sentry goes down, manages to surf away. It's all going a bit wrong here. Boshi goes down to the lock and load pipes, and it's a bit of a chaos. It looks like the rest of Kitty wants to stay forward and go for some frags. Layla takes a rocket, but it's not going to be enough to take her down. And actually, this is looking pretty bad for Kitty right now. They have to maybe tuck the tail between their legs and run off to the next point because Feila took that pretty much with a plum.
Oh, the whiffed revolver shots from Magister. Pan did so much damage, unfortunate for him. Just trying not almost get that kill. I mean, Lola was so low there, but 50% Uber in the bank for Layla right now. That push, yeah, kind of just fell apart with that Uber going, like, Boshi getting forced there. I'm surprised they didn't just try and back up to the low ground. We got Soldier trying to return a bomb in here. Are they actually going to try and hold this? There's no way they try and hold this here, surely.
It's looking really bad for them right now. They're losing too many players. Wazat gets a couple. DQZ, no pyro on this third point, and Layla is at 90% right now. Boshi only at 50. It's not looking too good. This is looking almost like the attacking phase from Kitty in that first round, where, you know, a successful first push is rolling over to potentially a successful third push, and they are going to go deep here taking the Uber onto Joe. Marissa's sentry gets taken down, but Magister is the one who dies. So Engineer is still alive on last and is able to rebuild. Boshi doesn't die either, so 90%. They didn't actually lose that many players from that, and it's going to be interesting to see if they want to hold this corner, but they're losing too many players, Bark.
Why are they... They've just come off an Uber, and they're trying to get heals, and then they're holding close for some reason? Like, I feel like this is kind of just feeding at this point. Like, they can get good last holds. They've proven that they can get good last holds already in this game. So I think they should just, like, regroup again. Feila's got ad again now, so it's going to be really awkward for them holding here.
Yeah, they wanted to maybe get an aggressive hold on this corner, get Cloudy in position with some snipes, Pluha just denying the ground as well. So I guess they've used that Uber to ensure that they have the positioning to be able not let that car roll down. But it looks like Feila wants to take through map room right now, and Layla is actually at 95%. Joe goes down to the stickies from Pluha, and that could cancel any sort of push and allow Boshi to maybe get closer to a charge. He's at 70% right now, but it does look the rest of Feila want to just take this in onto Fong. The scout is going to go through, and DQZ is doing just an amazing job denying it with that air blast.
Interesting play to solo scout Uber there.
Into a sentry and a pyro?
Yeah, into a level 3, you're just going to be pushing you back and a pyro. Not sure that was the play.
Did you see Pachaka just then? He managed to walk all the way across the top and jump into the corner and almost did a lot. But Cloudy on a 5k right now will take down with that. Start to get himself into the game. Takes down Joe now as well. So maybe starting to warm up here. And 100% in the bag for Boshi. Kitty maybe feeling a little bit better. 223 is extremely fast for the first 3 points for Feila, and they will still be feeling comfortable that if they can cap in the next minute or so, it's still going to be a relatively fast time. But Kitty, knowing, like we said earlier, they are capable of holding this last point, and they've shown that in the previous round. And maybe some suicides now, but expecting TK and Joe to maybe just go in.
Well, I say that, however, they seem to be just coming in through the choke and just walking towards them. As long as it's going to defend, though, there you go, the traps come out. They actually do get the force there. I don't really feel like Bosch even needed to use there, but maybe just for a bit of a safety net. They do get 3 in return. I mean, Joe and Bajaka going down there, so good delay their push in. They got time to rebuild as well. Well, I say rebuild, the gun's already still alive, but yeah, I don't know. They still need to regroup here. The problem is with Feila right now is they're trying to just pure W key all the time. I feel like they need to dial it back a bit, get a bit of a plan going first, because these saps from the spy, like I'm giving, have been like way too early. They need to like try and work on that, I think.
Yeah, Turek gets cleared out of map room though, and so does Bahan. So Feila definitely wanting to get their players into map room and get that free spam down. They do have the Uber advantage. Boshi is only at 50%. They're going to use it onto Grip, who launches himself forward. He's going to get tons of damage down. DQZ, Dispenser, Marissa, everything is starting to die here. Blue Hair is on the low ground trying to get some spam onto that sentry, but it's going to be really, really difficult for them to go anything. Turek is trying his best. Boshi and me for the last players alive, and they will get it in 5 minutes and 5 seconds. A very fast time, faster than what we saw earlier. And yeah, I mean, it's that push out really. They got the force onto Boshi, and maybe it was just more of a, maybe they thought the fact that they saw 3-4 players from Feila walking forward, that they thought it was a push. And that's why they used the Uber, but they didn't expect the medic to not be there.
I think it also might be slight inexperience from Boshi on playing medic as well. I wouldn't be surprised. And it is a big shout out to him actually playing medic here for them. And I mean, realistically, I really think Pahan should be playing medic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Pahan moved from medic to heavy. And Boshi, until recently, was on soldier. But then Silvermaster was the medic for Kitty, and has since left the team. So Boshi moved on to the combo, and I feel like he is the one who is, I don't want to say the brain, but he's the one who's, the brain of the combo. He's the one who calls and sort of is sort of trying to give direction to his team. So maybe he feels on medic he's able to give that. Whereas on soldier, and Turek has come in and done pretty well in the scrims that I've seen him play so far. And in this game he's been doing well so far as well. But yeah, like you said, it's a bit of experience on medic could be the reason why there was a little bit of an early pop there. So lots of pressure on Kitty having to beat this 5-minute time now, and I think Feila will be feeling pretty comfortable. They can just take things slow. Pluka is doing the jump. He's round behind, and Lader's come out of the door now. And Magister sees that, and he will have called it. And that's allowed DQZ to jet back in, but he's just going to get denied, and without much pressure from anyone else. Pluha going behind, because of what Joe did earlier, has at least made Feila fear the same happening to them.
Yeah, which is smart, and now Plug goes back in, but it's a bit too late at this point. It goes down for his troubles, but I feel like they needed a bit more of a bomb. Like, yeah, I don't know why this bomb's coming in now after the demos just died. It seems a bit of a waste. Like, if you're gonna do the sack, it needs to be done properly. It needs to be done with the most amount of people. You need other hit scans in there. Like, Pan needs to be peeking at the same time, like on Cliff. Like, maybe get a sniper in there, maybe get like a scout in there as well after they push the cart. But with only 2 people going in the sacks, I mean, this is a day in the life for Feila.
Yeah, exactly. And here they come again.
Cool.
This is more coordinated. Lots of damage.
There we go.
Yeah, the dispenser gets destroyed, and Layla does have to use her Uber there. So Grip is dead, but he'll be respawning, and the teleporter is up, so he'll be back in action. So there will be a pyro on the defense right now for Feila, but a huge Uber advantage for Bossy. It'll be interesting to decide if they want to go for the cliff or if they want to try and take it on the side, and they are going through the side here. We do see the spy coming behind against Bossy.
Oh, it's tragic. That is a rookie mistake, really. I mean, someone should have been watching for that, but huge play by the spy there to get that pick and get that drop. So I don't know how it's going to translate into the hole again. I mean, I'm hoping it's going to extend it a lot more. I mean, Andre's gun is still doing work.
Yeah, we did see DQZ was actually spy checking as he went up there, but it wasn't enough because he was hiding behind the rock. But with that, just respawning now, just getting back in through that teleporter, so we'll be in position, but it's not looking good for Kitty right now. They're struggling. That drop has really killed the momentum they could potentially have got on this first point. Less than 3 minutes to go. It's going to be a real hard slog to go from all the way from first to last here in the remaining time, and they are just bleeding players one by one. Not much pressure being put on the cart, and Layla with 100% right now. Wizak gets backstabbed by Magister, so maybe some room for Cloudy to get some snipe, but he's only just respawned. And look at Fong and TK just putting so much pressure on the flank, not giving Kitty any time to have a breather and get some space and maybe go for some picks.
Yeah, Unforgiven though, he's going to maybe go for another stab here. Maybe not on the mid this time, maybe on the sniper as he's trying to work his way in. Cloud is getting shot by this level 3 though, but they need to just make some space for him. No one's checking his back. Oh, Cloud checks his own back. Nice snipe for Cloudy actually there. Oh, Jesus. Guess the spy turning around, but they've forced him out here, but I don't know whether there's going to be enough time here. 2 minutes, like you said, Emilio with his calculations and his massive brain would probably tell me that they could probably be done here, but we'll have to wait and see.
I think it's potential if you have the ×3 on the cart, but as we know, there is going to be some resistance. You take a look at Kitty right now. They have 100% Uber, so this should be, if Feila are smart, they'll be giving up this third point. You see, they're trying to get a sentry up, and Pluha just throwing so much damage onto it. It eventually does go down, and this could be, you know, a worry for Feila because they're going to try and get the force here so that they don't get Ubered onto last. But if they do it and lose too many players, or even, you know, lose their medic, it's going to be pretty bad for them, because then that will open the door for Kitty to maybe get something done. And they're going to use the Uber here. Grip is there, the conch is used, and Feila are able to just escape. I think later is going to be pretty safe. Oh no! In comes the Pyro. DQC will take her down. No medic for Feila. There's a lot of players dead, including Boshi. He managed to get taken down by TK, and I do think Feila will maybe even be able to defend third now.
Again, kind of really lazy positioning there. Like they kind of just kite it under the belt rather than to the lower spawn. Like if the Uber's still ongoing, like just respect the Uber, come out fully and then just recommit fully. It's not a big deal. Time is very small, so you haven't got to worry about it too much. But yeah, I mean, Honjo really persistent with these guns again, taking all the damage from Pluto as he's trying to spam it out. He pulls it out for now, but I don't know. They can probably do it. They need to regroup here, and they've got this slight ad for Boshi.
Yeah, they are seeming to give. Unforgiven comes in behind and does take down Pluha, so no demo, and Pluha has been just this huge sort of tank for them right now. Cloudy does get the headshot onto it with that, so no sniper for last. 35 seconds, I still think this is actually possible to go from third to last in this amount of time, but it's going to be a really big ask. Boshi does have an Uber advantage because attacking medics do spawn faster than defending, and Cloudy managed to stick down Honjo. No engineer, that sentry goes down for 3. Pluha takes it down. They're going to come in, it's Crips! They use the Crips, Pijaki is down!
Oh my god, there's no way. They're 3 down already. Cloud's still got the free space, the mini goes up. They're trying to contest this soldier in map room. Everyone's on the cart, they're stacking it. It's 10 seconds. Joe's got his sticks on the cart. So much damage goes down. The flank comes in though. The spawn comes in from TK and he cleans it up. This mini's being a pain.
3 seconds, 2 seconds,
no way.
1 second. They get it!
What? Okay, we just witnessed like Highlander history. What was that? What did I just witness? That's mental.
Alright.
I got no words.
Alright, let's all calm down. I'm gonna take a drink here.
Bro.
I need something.
Oh dear.
Even our production doesn't know what the score is. Kitty won that, so they win 2-0 on Badwater. just to clarify, for anyone in chat who's like, what did I just witness? Kitty managed to push the cart there with about 1 second left on the clock, meaning they take this second round, and they take the map 2-0, and we'll be moving on to the second map.
Yeah, true, and I think the flank is going to have more relevance in this map than on payload. I mean, traditionally, obviously, when you're on offense, you're playing scout on offense, and payload, you want to get that cart time in. Sometimes on soldier, you're not overcommitting as much just because you're able to spam things out like the sentry. So the flank, a map like this allows them to kind of get behind, like you were saying, and the coordination that they pull out with that is definitely going to be a big factor, I think.
Definitely. We are on to the second map of this Premiership qualifier, Season 22 upper bracket. This is between Kitty's bakenbardami and Feila eSports. Kitty taking that first map 2-0 on Badwater, and we're on to Feila's map choice now, Coalplant. And Kitty in the blue will lose a player straight away as Wiethoofd does headshot the soldier, but look at the aggression from blue here. Feila are backed out into a corner, and the aggression from the Russians is so far forward. Joe is really weak. They're trying to finish some players off, but nobody goes down other than Boshi gets backstabbed by Unforgiven, and that's going to be enough for Feila to maybe seal out this mid-fight.
Yeah, and that is a perfect example of the risk that you take when you take early aggression on the point in Koth, is that you get collapsed on very easily by a spy, by a soldier. Those people came in, completely dismantled that entire push. I think if they were going to commit that far, they should have just gone all in and just pushed out the combo quicker, but they were kind of tentative a bit, which kind of ruined it, I think. But yeah, really well played by Feila so far.
Caught in no man's land almost. You know, they got aggressive, but they didn't really commit to the full aggression and go all the way across into them, which if maybe they had, would have been good. Big bomb in from Tarek is going to get some damage, but both him and Pluha do get denied. Layla doesn't use playing in that corner close to the dispenser, and we just see this kind of the amount of space that's on this far side here is just kind of. Oh, Joker's really weak though, down to about 10 HP.
Yeah, living for now. I mean, it's kind of interesting to actually see these minis being used so far at the start. Might transition to level 3 as the engineers go down, but yeah, this Uber is a problem, and Boshi's actually got his own. I don't know whether is this no, okay, this is Medigun for now, so no crits just yet. But Blue's very alone on the point. Surprised hasn't been sniped just yet, and there we go. He already gets sniped just as I was about to call it, and kind of going to ruin their push in.
Yeah, they just didn't really seem to have any idea what they were going to do with that Uber. They just had Pluha standing on the point, and often you kind of look at a player like that and say, are they overextending, or do you see the rest of the team is underextending? You know, they're not supporting their player who's making the move, because what else are you going to do? Sit there and wait for something to happen? They didn't really get any space. Look at Honjo, he's up on the high ground with a Wrangled Mini right now, so it's going to make it more difficult for Boshi and co to get forward. Pluha does take it down eventually, but yeah, Feila have been sitting pretty, half the time chalked off the board already, and they still haven't had to use their Uber yet.
Yeah, for the record as well, the side that they're pushing on, I really dislike. I've always hated pushing from this side just because of like the roof pressure that you can get in. And there we go, the return Uber comes in. There's kind of a lot of flashing going on, not really any big picks coming out so far. Good kiting from Feila. Although I say that, Joe does go down, so a lot of damage coming out from Pluha on the point. And I don't know, there's this overwhelming pressure on the point, but there we go, the collapse comes in from TK. Get some damage down, Pluha almost goes down there, but kind of just a concise push in.
It seems pretty good, and they managed to get it eventually, get some time onto the board. And now we'll have to see. I mean, I'm expecting, based on what we saw on Badwater, Feila to not hang around and wait for an Uber to do anything. Pluha, look on the high ground. Oh man, that's reminiscent of when Ali used to play and just didn't care, just so aggressive and trying to get as much damage out as possible. But look at Feila. They are getting time on the point, and Wiethoofd is holding that sideline and just headshotting things that try to deny that space, and there we go. Kitty have to back away, and like I said, Feila not scared to just take the fights when there's no Ubers in play and just bait people into trying to walk into those sightlines. And now Kitty are back to square one almost, trying to find a way to go forward with equal Ubers.
Oh, there we go, playing to Wiethoofd once again. Like, Wiethoofd is one of their strengths. They need to like try and focus him down with something. Maybe a bit of a distraction, maybe a bit of a bomb in, but no, it's just going to be the same old. And the Uber even gets forced out. Boshi on half health, using on Meath the scout, trying to get Joe here. They actually return the Uber there. I mean, maybe a bit scared that Joe's going to go down there, so saves his life. He goes very aggressive here, gets to pick onto Cloudy, getting just really far forwards onto this balcony area. Maybe a bit of overextension, maybe a bit for the meme, but for now they're going to hold the point.
Yeah, Boshi does take down Joe with the arrows, and Joe and Wiethoofd are both down right now, so no demo, no sniper. This could be an opportunity for Kiti to maybe get some time on the point without those strong denial classes. Fong's trying to walk forward, but there we go. We see that wrangled sentry in the shutter from Marissa, just denying people trying to deny it. And it will go into almost overtime here, essentially overtime, as Pluto does take down Layla. So no heals for Feila now. And Kiti now have to hold this for another 2 minutes and 15 seconds, but they have a huge advantage. We see that Sax come in straight away. Boshi is dancing. They can't stay alive. TK gets 3 with the rockets. That dispenser was not enough to keep the medic alive, and I think Feila may just cap this out now.
Ooh! Slow comes in into Layla though. I mean, they got no heals at the point, but yeah, I think it might be too late here. Well, I'll say that. Bomb comes in. We went Zurich still on the point. Spy comes in. Meef trying to fight for the point now with the scout and a spy. Trying to DM it. Gets the 2 picks. Pyro jumps in though. Nice jump in there from Grip. But yeah, I mean, that was a classic just jump over the roof really from Feila. Just really caught Kiti off guard and really well played on this Coalplant. Seeming a lot more comfortable, it seems.
Absolutely. I mean, they seemed more comfortable after they won that mid fight. They held it for over half the time. You know, over a minute and a half, they were just sat there. They didn't really feel pressured. And even when they finally did lose the point, they were able to reclaim it fairly quickly. So, you know, they felt comfortable in defense and comfortable on the attack. But again, it's going to be Pluha, the most aggressive person on the server, trying to get that damage over. And he is getting a decent amount of damage onto Layla, onto Joe. It's just about whether anyone else can follow up and get some kills. Magista will take down Hondo, so there is no sentry shenanigans to try and deny it. Meef is getting on the point now. Joe is extremely weak. Eventually will go down. Turret jumps in very late. Nice rocket. Will take down Layla. Pijak actually bleeds to death, but TK again is able to jump in late on in a fight and take down 2, including Boshi.
I gotta say, as a heavy player, I feel like both of these heavies are very neglecting of the soldiers on this map. Our soldier is very impactful on this map, just with those sort of late bombs in, very unexpected. They always need to be trying to look up, and kind of a lack of roof control going on as well. So, aren't just paying dividends really for these medic picks. And here we go, Feila sort of returning that aggression with their spawners, as they're all just gonna collapse onto the point.
Yeah, I mean, Pahan did get 5 kills that mid fight. So maybe one more kill was what he needed. Yeah, but always that with the headshot will take down Boshi just so far forward on the point and will manage to get the medic. Meaning Layla has 75% in the bank and a huge advantage. And yeah, Kiti ahead in time, but kind of behind on plans right now because it doesn't seem they have many ideas to try to break this hold that Feila have. They're going to get some cap time now. Pahan is on the point and they take down TK, hit some headshots ringing out. Some damage being done, but Layla is going to use that Uber. Joe gets launched into the skybox. I'm not sure if he's going to be much use up there actually, but Boshi will go down to Grip, and Kiti works so hard to get that force and they just lose their medic out of it.
Yeah, like, I don't know, it's weird because, like, they're pushing onto the point, but they're really close knowing that they can have Uber, surely. Unless they're just kind of miscounting it a bit, maybe just being a bit unexpected, but Jacka getting tanked here, Layla getting pressured by the soldier. Spy in the background though, Magister fighting Layla. Gets the pick there, so a massive pick from Magister there, try and find that medic, but they still need to try and get some... Oh, actually, they get the cap time as well, so that's interesting.
Yeah, they're trying to delay the cap, maybe, to get the players up, but in delaying their cap, they've allowed Kiti's players to get back into a position to defend. So it doesn't look like Feila will actually get this cap at all, which may be a wise decision in order to sort of regroup and just push with your entire team, which looks like what Joe wants to do is he's walking forward already. But yeah, actually Kiti going to start taking the lead now in the time, and it's all going to be about whether Layla sees those stickies. Almost gets taken out there, but yeah, Feila will just walk forward and take it. But Boshi, with the Uber advantage, may want to use this with his team if they were alive.
Yeah, it's really disjointed from Kiti on this map, like once they get point controlled. Like you have like the Boshi on this low ground, on the like the non-roof side, on the balcony side, and then you've got like half of the combo and the sniper on the ramp side. So I think there needs to be a bit more togetherness there. And big sticks from Joe just launched up in there. The Uber's completely wasted, don't get any of that, and then the return Uber comes in. Boshi is so screwed, gets air shot by TK.
That is as a medic or as anyone involved in that Uber, you just have to sit there and be like, you know what? What do we do? Like, you use your Uber and get hit into the skybox. Layla does go down. Magister is doing an amazing job in trying to keep his team in the game here. He's taken down Layla multiple times. But that Uber denial really just robbed Kiti of any chance. And TK with the amazing air shot. Cloudy will get revenge onto Joe. and take him down. So no demo. Maybe Kitty are going to start trying to DM things for themselves. Wiethoofd is still watching that sideline, but he backs off. And Feila realize that is a fight that is lost.
But Unforgiven comes in, no one turns around, Boshi goes down. These Spies having a field day with these medics so far. I mean, I'm even surprised Magister's top scoring, but like I said, doing a lot of work for them. I mean, there's minis denying them right now from this point, but shouldn't deny them for long. They're 4 down, got no heals. Jump comes in from T-Game, finds Cloudy, almost gets Pluher for his troubles as well, but there we go. I mean, it's less than 1 minute time left for them.
Yeah, I mean, 50 seconds. They just have to hold on to this with their Uber advantage, and it could be 2-0, and Pluher does take down Honjo, but we see the stickies from Joe just kind of lying around that corner, maybe trying to bait someone as they walk forward, but Pahan is all too wise, and it is going to be an Uber advantage. Look at Joe just taking that high ground again. The Uber is going to be used. So much cap time gets put down. Pahan, Pluher, they're all going to go down. Boshi goes down to Joe, who's on the chase, gets the medic with that last ditch Iron Bomber pipe, and again, Turret gets Layla.
Yeah, it happens again. Like, this is what happens. Pajaka's just on the point, not with the medic. Really will play by the soldier to get that pick, and there's just a lot of pressure.
I feel like Kitty have the right idea. You know, they're going forward and they're trying to get cap time to bait the Uber out. The problem is they're not keeping their medic alive. So if they were able to do that, but also keep Boshi alive, then you end up in a situation where you've got a lot of cap time and you have an Uber advantage, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But at the moment, they're just giving up a lot and not really getting anything out of it. They do have a bit of an advantage right now, and they do have control of the point. So they do only have to hold for just over a minute longer. We're going to have to see what Feila are going to do, whether they're just going to wait for an Uber exchange, go for, or just go for the medic.
Yeah, if I should get picked up by Wiethoofd. They're being really passive though, that's the problem. I don't think Kitty are nowhere near as comfortable on this map as Feila are. Like, they gave up so much space there, just unnecessarily. Like, there wasn't even an Uber in play from Layla. I really feel like one of the flanks should have been coming on the right roof as well, like whether it be a scout or a soldier, just to know that Wiethoofd was on the right, because I think Cloudy was just wanting that comm, really, or like at least some indication as to where it was, even if it's going to be in Russian. Kind of unfortunate from them, but let's see if they kind of learn to adapt.
Yeah, it is a map point. But Turek, yeah, taking down Joe there very early on in the mid-fight, just going for the trade, and with no demo, maybe that's allowed them to be a little bit more aggressive. But again, Pluher's going so far forward, getting so much damage down, but because he's the only one doing it, he gets focused so hard, has to back off and heal, and that kind of initial aggression is just wasted. Whereas if everyone was to do it at the same time, they get a lot more done. But Joe is back in the fight now on the high ground, takes a ton of damage, but puts out so much as well that the rest of Kitty have to back away and fight another day. And it looks like this could be actually an Uber exchange on the point. DQZ is dropped out of the Uber. A lot of damage and a lot of flashing being done by Layla to try and keep the rest of her players alive. But yeah, TK comes in, takes down Boshi. He's actually dominating the medic now, and Feila will win the third mid-fight.
Yeah, sorry CeeJaey, I wasn't looking at the point for the last like 60 seconds. I was on a bit of an adventure with TK and Honjo in the batlines. They killed like 3 people, and then Honjo almost like solos the scout. TK is just still alive through all of that, doesn't even die once. Someone managed to get out, I mean the wonders of the soldier class, but yeah, they did really well to distract a lot of Kitty's players there, and they still managed to get the cap out.
Yeah, and you just take a look. This is the difference between the two teams right now. Even when they have the point with Zat and Honjo and Joe, they're just being extremely aggressive, trying to put damage down and make them think twice about pushing in. And Joe takes so much damage, doesn't die, heals up, and he's going to be back in the fight. But with Zat has been taken down, and that's allowed Kitty to get back into this and actually get the cap this time around. So the Uber is there for Layla, and they are going to use it to try and catch out Boshi perhaps. Cloudy does go down. They are getting in behind. Will they manage to get onto the medic? DQZ's gone down, but Feila are actually losing a number of players here, so they're investing a lot into getting this point back.
Yeah, now they're going to try and regress in. Bosch has got a big ad as well. They've got like 3 players down though, I mean no Cloudy either, so they can't get those counter snipes coming in. But yeah, like you were saying before, Hunter being really aggressive with these minis has been a bit of a pain for them, and although Joe not being up is going to be pretty big. Leia's getting aggressed on by Magister alone, she's very low. Drew comes in with a bit of a bomb as well, and this should be an easy point cap you'd think. I mean, loads of people go down in return though, it's kind of a weird fight going on.
Yeah, a lot of people got very aggressive without support, and Pijaka got 3. So he's on a kill streak, 6 kill streak right now. Managed to get 3 players very, very quickly. So that's not ideal for Kitty, because even though they have got the point, it delayed their spawns, and those respawns are going to come in very, very slowly. And look at Feila, they're already walking forward. They want to get on the cap point, and Kitty aren't in an area to maybe counter this. Actually, the big bomb in, Boshi is going to use. Blue Hair's getting juggled around. This is so good by Feila, as they are getting spread around. Grip will get taken down, as does Wiethoofd. So a lot of players dying for the team, and this wrangling from Marissa is just to 9 people on the point, and it costs so many people for Feila to capture the point. Kitty may be able to recapture this.
Yeah, TK is having the game of his life right now. Like, he's having so much impact. Like, he single-handedly just pressures them out of that right side as well. And now, I mean, he goes down for his troubles here, but it's only like 5 people on the point. Heals are in, but Layla's still alive on the slow ground. They're going to need to try and focus Joe down. Joe manages to back off for now. Maybe trying to just regroup with the rest of his team with his spawners. But Layla gets kind of trapped underneath here, but should be able to get out.
Yeah, they managed to get the cap. It's pretty much equal Ubers here. Wiethoofd has gone down again. He starts to die a lot more here, as Magister seems to be getting a lot more focus onto the medic. And Pijaka finally goes down. That kill streak has been ended. He's been doing a lot of damage and getting a lot of kills. Big bombing from TK will force Boshi. Layla just ticks over to that 100%. So Kitty in no position to try and get the force onto Layla. They're on the other side of the map, and Feila already looking to walk forward and do something with this.
Yeah, they're still kind of committed in here. Nice reflex though from DQZ, trying to die them out a bit. I mean, Joe's damage not doing as much as it should have done. Pahan staying alive for actually very long here, managed to kill the demo, and he lives as well. So they get this point, but I don't know how long for. They can probably try and regroup in here, maybe come for the shutter if they want to rotate through.
Yeah, they actually lost Joe because Meath was really far forward, gets knocked back by a combination of the Pyro and the mini sentry, and then just finds Joe like next to his team and just kills him. So a bit of a lucky pick there. Pahan does go down there, so no heavy for Kitty. TK goes for the pick, but gets taken down by DQZ. And a lot of players dying for Feila. They still have control of the point. Less than a minute to go. Just 45 seconds. Great shot there onto Joe. He just gets deleted off the server. 4 players left alive for Feila, and they realize this is a lost cause. They have to back away. Magister is in the back behind enemy lines, and Magister makes use of that distraction to take down Pijaka. Maybe you would have wanted the sniper or the medic instead, but a kill is a kill. And equal Ubers, Kitty in control of the point. And the time isn't too bad for them, approaching the minute mark, but 36 seconds. Feila know a successful push and wipe here could be the map winning push for them.
Yeah, like well, that like unintentional spam air shot going to change the complete outcome of that fight. There we go, the Uber comes in. Loads of people for them to flash here. Glad he manages to surf the damage out, so really well played by him. Gonna be just mainly just onto the demo and the pyro in the front. Not too much damage coming out though. Have to be careful they don't lose Pluto here. He takes a lot of damage, but there's loads of people going down in return. As Feila loses a lot of people.
I don't really know where? Why did they do that for? I mean, equal Ubers, they just decided to yeet half of their team into the corner, and Kitty just very smartly kited it and cleaned up the players, and now they're in the lead. Equal Ubers and Feila are going to have to DM this. Maybe this is what they were relying on. TK goes in for the jump, gets a bunch of damage, does take down Pluha, but TK is he's going to get taken down by the reflect. These respawns are going to be better for Feila, so maybe that's what they're banking on, getting those plays in. 11 seconds left for Kitty, but they no longer have control of the point. Later is extremely weak, has to back off into the corner. There isn't a dispenser. Joe is also very weak, a lot of damage, and Cloudy's on a 3 kill streak, but Boshi gets backstabbed by the spy, and that could be enough for Feila to hold on to this now.
Yeah, I actually think that pick might have just put the nail in the coffin. Cloudy can't get a buff now. He's going to be trying to fight Wiethoofd. Oh, the quick turnaround from Wiethoofd to get Magister, huge play from him. But yeah, this pressure comes in all over the point. Uber's in play as well, and there we go. Chirik tries to bomb him, but it's not really into anything major. Pijaka's is going to be getting tanked on the point. So many picks coming out, and it's only Magister alive, so that is going to be a map win for Coalplant for Feila.
Yeah, we saw a 2-0 on Badwater and now a 3-0 on this map. Both teams taking their personal map choices very clinically. And I have to say, Kitty just, I don't want to say they didn't have the answers, but they did seem to struggle a bit on that map. Onto this third map of the upper bracket match. Preseason qualifiers for Season 22 of ETF2L Premiership Highlander Division. And we have Kitty's bakenbardami versus Feila eSports. Kitty in the blue taking that first map. Badwater 2-0. and Feila responding with a 3-0 on Coalplant. Warmtic is going to be the battle for the finale, and the first casualty of the mid-fight is going to be Wiethoofd. He goes down to Cloudy, and we're just seeing a lot of spam coming down. Joe with those pipes from drop down gets taken down by Pluha, and Pluha is not opting for the drop down strat, just going forward and getting damage, but they end up seeming to lose this fight back.
Yeah, unforgiving that massive stab. That's so weird how that fight played out. Like, they get such an early pick onto Wiethoofd, and they don't, like, put Cloudy in a position to just do loads of damage and then play around him. It's just instead, like, an absolute mess. I mean, they even get the distraction coming in from Shurick around the back, but just really slow play from Kitty. I was kind of expecting them to get a bit more aggro on the point there.
We'll have to see what happens after this Uber fight. Later with 100% Uber, and it does look like they maybe want to deny this cap. We have seen in the past some quite long mid-fights on this map. Fong actually goes down to Pluha, so yeah, it does slow down that cap a little bit. And Boshi's now at 60%. It's going to mean Feila's respawns are slightly slower. But Boshi, you know, I would expect some sacks by now. Go for something, go for a force, but they're just waiting until they get an Uber and maybe go for a trade.
Yeah, like taking some spam there actually. They're going to be just sort of chilling with the rest of the team in the back. Spy goes for a bit of maybe a plans of a jacket, gets that stab as well. TK trying to return the favour with a bit of a bomb over the top. Layla's still on quite low health, not managing to get health back, not really that comfortable walking in. Might have to use soon. Gets revolvered. Oh, gets forced by the Spy. Nice shots from Magister there to try and force that out. Uber's getting traded over the point. Demo goes for a bit of a bomb in. Joe maybe overextending here. Gets caught out. Ooh, tries to surf the damage out, but isn't going to find it. But TK finds the return bomb onto Boshi. Like, he just threads the needle every single time.
He's the only person that dies on his team, Boshi. You know, they did so well there. They did so well. I mean, I feel like Feila are really overextending with these Ubers. They're trying to get too much. Weak, and he's just going to stand in the dispenser, and Fong doesn't want to take the fight. Obviously does not realize how much his scout opponents had in his health pool, but it does look like Kitty want to retake this, and they do have the advantage now. Boshi does die to the headshot.
Yeah, it's just Wiethoofd. I mean, Layla goes down very low. I didn't actually see what hit her, but yeah, Wiethoofd has been doing a lot this round, to be fair. He's definitely popped off, getting all these headshots out, and again, point control is on the side of Feila, but yeah, I think they need more aggressive with Wiethoofd on the point with the demo, because he's definitely doing some sharp plays, being a big player for them. He can get that damage out, but he just needs to be in the right position, I think. But yeah, I mean, they're just not having any answers for Feila at the moment. Pluha's just kind of going in alone.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Layla, with that advantage, is able to deny the point with a charge. Pluha the furthest one forward, but it's just facing that sniper sideline. Was that such a key part of the team? And Joe is going to jump forward with this Uber, trying to catch out the medic. He gets taken down by the level 3 sentry, was clearly unaware where the sentry was, and that sentry's also going to take down Honjo. So a few players dying out of that Uber. Boshi surviving and has an advantage now, and we're going to see some DMing right now, Buck. It's going to be awkward.
Yeah, I mean, if there is going to be DMing, it needs to be now, and there we go. Point actually goes over to the favour of Kitty, and Bosch with 100%, but Joe is just given free reign to stick the point up again. Like, no one's able to contest him. Pluha's not in the playfield right now. It's just kind of the scout. He gets headshot. Pahan's not able to do anything. Like, he's not in drop down. Point, just no one is looking at the point. It's literally just Cloudy. I mean, Deaky's just trying to do his best, but he hasn't really got a big buff. There we go. The counter Uber comes out, and they find Joe with it.
Yeah, big bombing from TK, trying to get behind, does take down Cloudy. And oh no, Kitty trying to get a little bit too aggressive there. They did clean up some players, but they wanted that medic kill, and they end up losing their own medic and the pyro and the demo.
It's just, yeah, just I don't know, they're kind of overcommittal again. I feel like they could have just took that Joe pick and then just got the point off that. They played it a bit more passive, but maybe a bit of impatience. I mean, sure, it goes in for a bit of a bomb behind as the sticks come into the NG and the sniper, but very weak on the heavy, goes down. Layla's also kind of caught out on the point. Bit of a collapse comes in, sure, with some big plays, and Pluha with the bomb as well, but he's trying to fight Fong. Fong scout DMing it on the point right now, going to be taking out 2 or 3 people there, so big play from him to try and defend that point at the last second. It's just Marissa, poor NG class trying to get on the point, and there we go, that's going to round it up to 2-0.
Yeah, it seems when they're holding the point, Feila are a lot more comfortable being aggressive, having their sniper on the point and just spamming across. Whereas when Kitty hold the point, they're playing very passive, they're giving up a lot of space for free, and it's really inviting to a team like Feila who want to play so aggressively to just go forward, take that space, and then take the DM fights. And at the moment, it's kind of a clash of two styles, and the style balance is really favoring Feila right now. Cloudy will take down Wizat early on in this round, and we'll see if Kitty want to be aggressive off this. They get another couple of kills, so there's really no excuse not to go forward. Now Pluho is trying to sticky out that heavy from the window, and Meef is getting capped on the point, just getting far forward. Big bomb in from TK will take down the demo. He seems to just get something done every single time he bombs in, and when you've got a soldier constantly trading like that, it's so hard.
He just doesn't fear, and like that's kind of more the mentality I think that Kitty need, because like constantly it's just been Pluher and like Meef sort of trying to help on the point, but maybe they need more people peeking here, like whether it's Cloudy, whether it's a Pyro. But there we go. I mean, the return picks come out. Joe does go down, but it's not really gonna delay anything because they can just instantly recap this. They opt for a bit of a banana push in here. Scout, I mean, the Spy sort of floats some damage around now. Wizat on literally 1 health, managing to live there. Give you sniping him in this banana area.
Yeah, and again, you take a look, like, they're just chilling. There's an Uber in play. Well, there was one.
Yeah, Caster's Curse, literally as you said it. Drops the Uber. Yeah, Wizat has been just, yeah, there we go, gets Cloudy as well. Been doing huge work for them here. Might be on the bottom of the scoreboard, but I don't think that really reflects his impact as far as this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both pick classes for Feila are doing a lot of work, and that's been a couple of drops now from Boshi dying to the Spy. And I think, again, you know, Kitty just inviting that pressure onto themselves. Even though they have an Uber, they don't want to be proactive on it. They just want to sit back and wait. And Feila are not scared to go forward, take that space and get the free cap time. And now we end up in a situation where they have a huge Uber advantage, and Kitty are the ones who have to make something happen. And it's been harder for them to do that. And there is going to be an Uber. Gets forced by Layla. They're not able to catch out Boshi, although Joey's jumping behind.
Yeah, I was just kind of, I don't know, I was just in a trance, like looking at Magister trying to just revolver down Layla in the back lines, because she got down to like 30 health, almost dies just to the Spy revolvering, and no one tries to reply with it. But yeah, Boshi actually gets an Uber here, needs to try and get it out there on the right time, goes into the Scout now, big bomb in from Chiruk as well, just trying to follow up on the med, there we go, manages to get that medic pick, and might be able to finally get some point pressure.
Yeah, that's a lot better from Kitty. I mean, Joe jumped in behind to try and get the sniper with that Uber, and that should have been a huge flag for Kitty to say, okay, let's go forward. There's no demo to deal with. And they did so, use that Uber and managed to get the medic. So looking a lot better for them, but they are a lot of players down here. They have to wait for those respawns, but it doesn't really matter when the entirety of the Feila team is just melting around the point. DQZ getting those kills with the detonator. So let's not forget, 1 minute 19 seconds left on the clock for Feila. If they win this round, they will be qualifying for Prem for Season 22. Kitty need to win the next 3, so a lot of pressure on them for this point. They have an advantage, but they've got to be feeling it.
Yeah, they've got to be feeling this pressure. I mean, it is a big deal for them right now. I mean, they're going to be sort of maybe thinking about doing a bit of a... I mean, they're holding with their sniper away from the mid. Oh, big snipe.
Cloudy manages to just snipe through, like, drop down through the crack and get the shot onto Layla. She wasn't even close to having a charge, but that does mean Boshi has 100% now. He managed to get to Wizat as well, but he gets taken down by Unforgiven. He's just been on the back of both Cloudy and Boshi, not giving them a break. So this is probably the biggest opportunity for Kitty in a while to maybe get a foothold on this map. Again, though, they have an Uber, and Joe is the furthest person forward, and they're getting free cap time.
They managed to catch out Layla, though? This is literally just a solo demo Uber under. What just happened?
They just solo demo Uber through the tunnel, and Pluha just takes down Layla and pipes Joe to death. So this man clearly just wants the Ubers, and he knows what he's going to do with them, and that's what I like to see. That's what I want to see, someone to take these Ubers and say, right, we're going in deep. And we'll have to see what happens. Again, Boshi with a bit of an Uber advantage here. Pejaka does go down to the detonator. DKC's got quite a few detonator kills now, and Pejaka has been doing a really strong job holding that combo together, so him dying is a kind of a big deal.
TK though in the back lines, I was kind of wondering what he was doing. He was hopping up and down the lamp in the upper area behind, but like he comes out of his hidey hole to come and get that med pick. DKZ not managing to find that air blast, unfortunately, as yeah, kind of opens up a lot of space now because they've got these heals. Although I say that, Pluha with some sniping iron bomber shots onto Joe, managing to get that, so might delay their push in. Cloudy's still in this banana area as well, just sniping away.
Yeah, just you know, is they've made Feila work for it, and because they've captured the point, it's delayed Joe's spawn as well. So no demo, and that's going to allow Feila to walk forward and get some cap time. They're going to use the Uber onto Grip. Pluha will die because of it. Cloudy takes down Wizat in the meantime, and just great denial from the Pyro there. DQZ just keeping the rest of his team alive, but more importantly, keeping Boshi alive, keeping that medic in the game so that they have this advantage. Only 5 players left alive from Feila after all of that. That Wrangled Sentry is going to be very, very annoying though, and is going to deny Kitty from getting the cap time for free. Pluha comes forward and it's just been such a driving force for the combo in this game. Joe is down to about 5 HP. He's trying to run away, dies to the roller. Pluha on the chase. He does not stop. There is no end to this man's W key. And they do not actually get the cap yet though.
Oh god, there's just so many people feeding from Kitty. Like, I don't know how Pluha is the furthest one forward and then somehow lives without having to jump out. Like, I love this version of Pluha right now. I don't know where this has been the entire time, but he's just getting his DM on, just absolutely going to town with the damage. But no one's here right now. I mean, they got this Uber, might turn into something, but I don't know whether they actually know the sort of direction they want to go with it. Layla gets sort of thrown up into the air with the return Uber. They need to not die so many people here, but I mean, they're getting close to this cap time.
Yeah, they should have used the Uber slightly earlier there before Layla got her charge, because she goes down to Cloudy, who's on a 6 kill streak right now. Reflect Pipe from DQZ takes down the Sentry, and actually Kitty is starting to bring the DM forward. Magista's going to take down Joe, and a lot of players are weak on the red side. The capture is still in control of Kitty right now, but it is a lot of capture time on the side of Feila, which means those respawns are going to be fast. Meef is standing on the point, maybe he's trying to grade a little bit of that cap time if he can. As a mini sentry being wrangled by Marissa could hold them, but there's a conch coming in. Cloudy on an AK now takes down TK, takes down Joe. Turek is jumping in deep with Zach. Can he get any kills? He's watching the point, gets the shot onto Meef, but is it enough? It's not, and Kitty still in this third map. First time we've seen in this series a map have rounds shared, Buck, and this is not over yet.
That is the exact space Cloudy needed to work. Like, he's been looking for that the entire time, and he's had it in Banana because Unforgiven wasn't on him and no flank member was on him. They were too busy trying to regroup and get their heals, and there we go, goes to town on the heads of Feila. So, I don't know, I think if they need to play around Cloudy a bit more and play off this Pluto aggression, they can maybe just come back into this. This is a very interesting game all of a sudden.
Pluto switches out for this mid-fight though. He goes to drop down and just starts throwing some pipes over, and it's getting some decent damage on people. But it's more what the kind of Joe and Pluto have kind of swapped roles for the mid-fights here. No one's died yet. Turek is just jumping so far behind. Wow, just getting all the way behind. Really well done by him, but can he actually get anything done? Because Feila are the ones getting kills on this mid-fight, and no, they are bleeding players right now. Layla has 100%. She is running the minigun, and Boshi, down to about 50%, 50 HP, sorry, is only at 95%, and they have to be careful because, I don't know, they may get forced.
Yeah, loads of people going down for Kitty. Trying to regroup right now, but I mean, they live for now. They just need to be careful that they don't get caught out, really, but they should be fine here. But the first cap is going to be going to Feila for now. But just going to try and regroup. Pluha going to be leading the charge in, no doubt, with the Suva.
Yeah, I mean, they actually get forced. They get forced there by the spy, and they're deciding to try and go in underneath the point. Layla has her charge and will use the Uber there, as the Kitty players are now trying to go in behind. DQZ and Mifa are on the flank in behind. Meanwhile, Wizat is getting some kills. He's on a 6 kill streak right now, and Pijaka actually taking down Cloudy, so it's going to be a lot of space for the Feila sniper to try and get some kills here. A reminder, they just need to win one more round and they will be qualifying for Prem. Kitty need to win the next 2, and with 45 seconds chalked off the time, Feila are sitting pretty at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, sitting with the point time, but Boshi's got to slide out of it. They seem to be building pretty quickly here with Layla, but Trent managing to find Fong there, going to be trying to get behind a bit, but point pressure's coming in with the scout already. We've got Pahan sitting in this banana area as well, with Cloudy behind him in the on the sort of fence area. With that, being protected by Bajaka in this top area, Magis trying to get him behind as well, but Grip doing a good job of spy checking, but not really too much commit level to the point just yet. Conch comes out from the soldiers, so let's see what they can make of this.
This is really interesting by Kitty. I mean, if they're playing it the way that I think they are, where they know that they have an Uber advantage, they just play the point knowing that if Feila come onto them, they won't have the Uber just yet. So it is equal Ubers now, and Feila are going to use it. Reactionary Uber here coming from Kitty. If they can try and clean up some of the kills, getting a lot of damage out, but Cloudy goes down to TK, and then wow, Meef cleans up Layla, Joe, Fong, all going down there. Still some cap time going down by Grip and Honjo on the point. Boshi lives, there is heals being put out, but there's a lot of weak players on Kitty, and they're going to try and fight this, but Pijaka is there, full HP, huge bomb in by Turek, again, gets a lot of damage down, takes down both the sniper and the heavy, and Feila do get the cap, but that just resets their spawn to be slightly later, and Kitty going to recapture this pretty comfortably.
Yeah, not gonna lie, my camera was kind of just on Wiz out there, just sort of seeing him be protected by the heavy, but then Churro comes in with this huge, like, just play make on that bomb and to get those 2 picks there, so really well played by him to do that, and now we've got Cloudy once again being protected by the NG and the heavy in this banana area, and definitely putting that focus onto Joe, making them fear, trying to peek this point as much as he has been doing, and Boshi, importantly, again having this uber advantage.
Yeah, they're not deciding to go for this. Unforgiven tries to go for that kind of drop down play again. Doesn't quite work out. Magista gets Layla.
Oh dear lord!
Just revolvers her down, running the dead ringer, gets behind. And Honjo with the crits.
What? I don't know how are these medics being caught out so quickly. Like
no one's watching under. Magista walks under, revolvers down Layla, and then Honjo walks under with the Frontier Justice crits and takes down Boshi. So. Is there nobody watching under? Is there no one checking if a flank play is being made?
Yeah, this is why I don't think the heavy and the NG should ever play in the same place. Like, if you're gonna do this sort of weird banana hole without your medic, like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, have at least one watching under, in my eyes. But I mean, there we go. They pay the price for it. Layla's actually already coming back in with the rest of the team right now. Heals onto the point, and just so much aggression.
Almost does it again. If Honjo had crits, he would have got another one. Like, he was just walked in under, and no one was aware. And Boshi was stood inside the dispenser, hits like 3 shots. You know, Unforgiven got a triple stab, which was why Feila managed to win this point. But it's essentially equal Ubers here. It's a small, slim ad for Feila if they're aware of it. Both teams on minigun. Big bomb in from Turek gets 2. And Pluher takes down Grip as well. And I think this is going to be really, really good for Kitty. They may be able to get the cap here based off of those suicides alone.
Yeah, the heavy 1v1 goes down, but both heavies going down in return for that. But it's just to pick classes up right now. Wiz that actually in this high ground area, but Magis is going to be on him, just pushing him off that high ground. But yeah, the point's still in the favour of Kitty. Kind of a bit of a chaotic push in there. I mean, really just the number of picks that came out from that sack really enabled that push to happen. So really big bomb in from the soldier in the demo there.
Yeah, absolutely huge, and not something you normally see during sort of non-Uber situation. And look, Feila just want to go forward. They want to try and get some kills. They want to get some damage, knowing that they have the better respawns. But Kitty have the time advantage. They have the Uber advantage. They have a charge. And it's just about what they're going to do with this charge. It looks like Boshi wants to stay underneath. Howdy kicks down Joe. So no demo. Turek is going to jump in here, trying to get some pressure, maybe behind. Meef is on a 6k right now. Takes down the Pyro. Layla's going to go down to Turek, who's just jumping around behind. And this Uber came in from Boshi. Pijaka is on the point right now. There's a bit of a fight going on with the spy. I'm not sure what happened there, but I think Feila just knew they had to get on the point. Otherwise, it was all over. And Kitty just out-DM'd them.
Yeah, that aggression with the Uber actually paid off really well because they just delayed them so much coming to the point, and the people that weren't like collected together, like I think TK was still sort of roaming around and Bajaka was up in this high ground area, but they weren't able to do anything because they didn't have any heals or any coordination going forward. So yeah, now we're kind of in an interesting match point spot. Well, yeah, map point spot, I suppose.
Golden cap, essentially. Whoever wins this round will advance to Prem. Whoever loses gets dropped down to the lower bracket. And 2 players are dead on the side of Kitty already. Turret goes in for a bomb and also dies. Wizat is going to die, so no sniper for Feila, who has been such an important player for them. But Cloudy is alive and trying to get some damage down, but Unforgiven is lurking behind. Maybe we'll go to try and eliminate him. Grip tries to get some cap time, but Pluher is alive. Probably the longest time he survived on a mid-fight so far. Takes down the spy himself. He's taken the entire job of this team.
Oh, and he gets the medic. Oh, I was going to say, I don't know why they didn't go in earlier with Pluher, because they had that big demo advantage, but they just didn't make use of it for some reason. And there we go. I mean, the return ball comes in from Turek, finds a good rocket onto Layla. She surfs it out, though. Scout gets picked up in return. Still got 20%, and Honjo's going to be sort of wrangling away, and they've got this point control. So, yeah, it kind of caught them off guard there with that crit early.
Oh, Magista does take down Layla. So,
oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, losing 2 rounds on the bounce, you have to mix things up a little bit. You have to think, what are we doing what's causing us to lose? And clearly Feila are saying, okay, the reason we're losing is because we're not being aggressive enough. Let's run crits and force ourselves to be aggressive. So they win the mid fight based on that, but Magister putting in a huge individual play to take down the medic. And Pluha just throwing out these stickies. Turek gets 2, 3?
3?
He's alive!
Okay, he's taken the TK mentality. He's doing a lot more actually recently in these past rounds. Although, yeah, TK, there we go, gets Pluha. But, I mean, they're 4 down. But a bit mistimed there maybe to try and go in, do anything, because I mean, Feila can't really do anything off that pick, unfortunately. He's going to be up in time more than likely. But yeah, I mean, massive sort of flanking play there for Turek.
Absolutely. I mean, this man has had to step into some pretty big boots when you consider, you have Boshi playing Soldier, one of the best jumpers in the history of TF2, arguably the greatest jumper of all time. And he decides he wants to play Medic. And look at this aggression coming in. Magister is the one to get the Medic kill. Pluha is behind, just putting out loads of damage. Can he take down Joe? Boshi does die to Fong, though. So that Medic kill kind of tarnished by the fact that they also lose the entirety of... well, actually, they only lose Boshi. Pluha's still behind.
Yeah, he's... Oh, there we go.
Does die eventually.
They went really deep in that over. I don't know whether they need to go that deep. I mean... I don't know, arguments could be made, but I mean, ultimately they are distracting for this point time, so if that was their objective, I'm sure they've kind of done that. But I mean, yeah, Scout comes in now, Fong's going to be W keying into the heavy and the mini as the sticks come in as well. TK's already helping cap it out as well. Bosch needs to be careful he doesn't get caught out here, because there's a lot of aggression. There's a big damage coming from Clear over the point.
Oh wow, Meath is walking forward and so does Turek. They take down Grip, and wow, Joe is like 1 HP, literally 1 HP. An arrow from Layla will keep him alive. But Meath and Turek were just like, no, we do not want you to capture this point. And Magister again gets Layla, takes down the medic, and Boshi survives 60%, and they hold on to this point. Grip is trying to cap it now with Joe. DQZ is there just standing on point, physically blocking it. Wizat there is watching the sightline, trying to catch anyone who's getting aggressive. Not managed to get a kill just yet, but so far Feila have not been able to capture the point based on this aggression alone. And Boshi nearly at an Uber here with Pluha and DQZ and Meath there. They may want to use this, and they are going to. Pluha's going forward, he's jumping forward again. Can he catch up Layla? So much damage goes down. He's going forward. Puncher goes down to Turek. But no, they don't manage to get Layla, and they don't manage to get enough kills.
Yeah, Boshi doesn't manage to get a flash there. I mean, Meath doesn't manage to get a flash there as Boshi was getting sort of thrown around all the time.
Mr. Cloudy!
Oh my god, see, if it's not one pick class, it's the other. Like, Cloudy's still firing away here. I mean, Wizat was close to the point earlier, but not managing to find as much space, and he gets that heavy pick, and then Cloudy comes in, returns with the favor on the medic, and there we go. Just be quickly cleaning up this point and just recapping it out.
Yeah, they basically let them cap because it just delayed the respawns for those players who died, including Layla, the medic. And I just have to point out DQZ is currently on 115 points on the server, so this game has been going on for a long time, but he's clearly doing a lot of stuff. Those air blasts, those everything going on. Magister is... I'm pretty sure Magister's got more kills with his revolver than his knife so far in this game, and he is putting in a shift. 30 seconds left on the clock for Kitty. They have this Uber advantage. It's huge for them, and Feila have... They're going under again!
Yeah, big bomb in. Oh, the coordinated soldier demo bomb. Oh, but it gets cleaned up though. Oh, the one time it doesn't work out for them. I'm going to have to see if that changes the pace of the map completely. But they're starting to fight into this sniper, starting to fight into this mini. Massive damage comes in from TK. But there's so many dead right now. They lose both, like Joe and Grip and Fong.
Yeah, this is definitely going to go into overtime. Cloudy's on a 7-kill streak right now. Wizat's on the point. He's trying to take it into his own hands. Layla gets taken down by Cloudy. And eventually, the reverse sweep on the final map. Kitty's bakenbardami will be going to Prem for Season 22. And Feila eSports are knocked down to the lower bracket. They'll have to try again later in the week to see if they can get into the top division. But wow, I mean, just two maps where one side almost dominated. Kitty taking it 2-0 on Badwater, just insane pushes and clutch defenses. Feila eSports on Coalplant looking so strong, 3-0, never really looked troubled. And then it looked like they could just take this third map as well, but Kitty just bounced back. Very close. Kitty will be joining Veni Vidi Vici as one of our qualified teams for the Premiership division. Feila eSports do not have to despair. They will be down into the lower bracket, so they will be joined by yesterday's losers who were Ugandan Pizza Police. And those two teams will be playing the lower bracket teams, Athenium. Is that how you say it, Doc?
Close enough, yeah.
All right, cheers. And temporary difficulties. So we'll be seeing UPP versus TD, and we'll be seeing Feila versus Athenium. And the winners of those two games will be the final two teams to be in the 6-team Premiership division. The losers will be dropping down into Division 1. So that'll be happening later in the week. We'll have to see who joins them. Buck, thank you very much for joining me. It's a pleasure as always. And ArchRhythm for all of the amazing production in the background. And of course, to you guys, the viewers, thank you for watching. Join us for later in the week for the remainder of the qualifiers, and also a reminder about the sequel to the Lockdown Throwdown happening on September the 12th to the 13th. This is a sixes competition, similar to the one we had earlier on in the year, a 300 key prize pool. If you want to check out some information, lockdown.teamfortress2.com, sponsored by Manco Store, as is Season 22 of Highlander on Critscast. That is happening in a few weeks, so sixes gamers out there, now is your time to shine in the absence of any lands this year. And of course, don't forget to check out the merch for Critscast. There is a lot of new options available if you are interested in supporting the channel and supporting all of the people who do the work behind the scenes. But enough from us. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you later in the week. Good night.
Hi, old beaver! Away!